quick like that. And I was on the chemo before I even knew it, maybe a week later after the day.
I gotta be honest, tell it truthfully.
Love the poisons but hate what they do to me.
So take your pick, dog.
Or 1, 2, or 3. I love the poisons but hate what they do to me. Gotta be honest and tell it truthfully.
It's a treatment designed to hurt you. It's designed to kill cells, rapidly growing cells. Rapidly growing cells are cancer cells, but they're also mucous membrane cells, hair cells, stuff like that. So it just kills everything. And it's no fun. I mean, to the 10th power. It's the type of thing, chemo is the type of thing that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
So it was rough. It was really rough because when he was in the hospital, he was so whacked out. He was on a fentanyl patch for pain relief. Then he was also on a PCA of Dilaudid for the mouth pain relief.
My first experience with mouth sores, my whole mouth swelled up like.
And what typically happened was he'd complete the 5-day regimen or 4-day regimen on a Thursday. By Sunday night, his mouth would start to hurt. By Tuesday, his mouth was just blistered completely all the way down his esophagus. It looked like somebody lit 10 cigarettes and stuffed them in his mouth.
Somebody said, "You look kind of like Marlon Brando in The Godfather." And I just went, "I'm going to make you an offer that you can't refuse."
He would get 2 or 3 different drugs every day. He would get methotrexate and vincristine and I don't know what else.
Anti-nausea medications, pain medications. I was hallucinating.
I mean, he was looking up at the ceiling saying, "Mom, there's a lizard on the ceiling." I mean, I did not know this kid. It was frightening.
In addition to all of the infusions that were going in through the Metaport, once a week I would have to get chemo actually injected into my spinal cord.
He was difficult. He had a really bad case of chemo brain. He was taking prednisone, and that gave him steroid rage.
You take one kind of med, and then you take another kind of med to offset the side effects of the first med, and you become a chemical concoction, really. I spent the whole time pretty much in a half sleep, half awake, kind of zone.
I guess the next question is, how did Jesse handle all of this? I mean, to his credit, he was not always completely freaked out or flying high as a kite on drugs or just completely out of it. I mean, he was very thoughtful and he was very angry and very frightened, but he came up with such an incredibly creative way to deal with this.
Yeah, Dirty Jersey.
Hybrid H.
I like how this sounds right here. Yeah, let's go. Yo, where you from?
Jersey.
I started writing a little bit when I was, say, 15, 16. Me and my friend Jerry, we were always writing rhymes with each other and spitting them in class. And in Westfield, everyone was into sports and what sport you played for the high school team. And I don't know, I just went a different route altogether.
But I don't think there was any one day where he said, I'm going to be a rapper. It just evolved.
And he kept doing it all the while he was in cooking school. And I myself never took it really seriously.
I met Jesse in September of 1999. We were college roommates at Johnson & Wales University. One day, in between classes, I was just sitting down writing in my notebook, writing raps, just writing down some of my thoughts. And he asked me what I was doing. So I told him I was writing a verse, I was writing a rhyme. And he said, "Oh, for real, I do the same thing." Us forming a group made us realize that, we really kind of had to start recording or, get some songs done some way.
We always would rent out studio time at different studios, and it kind of got costly. I just got sick of it. I got sick of spending money to be able to rap, to be able to do things in the studio. And I linked up with just a producer from Rhode Island out there who was making a lot of the beats that a lot of the independent rappers were rapping over, and we decided, let's open up our own studio. Let's invest in Pro Tools. Let's learn how to use it.
So, at the time I was working, and me and Jesse were, still recording. He actually owned his own studio with Eighth Wonder, they call it Infinite Impact.
And I spent double all-nighters, triple all-nighters in that studio just working around the clock. I would go there at say 8 o'clock on Monday, leave there at 5 o'clock on Wednesday, having done, 8 new beats, 2 new songs, 6 new verses written, just like straight grind mode. And that's where, my style really developed, into what it is. And then we got to a certain point where we were just sick of doing the same thing over and over and over in Rhode Island. There's really 4 major spots in the country that you can go if you want to pursue hip-hop. New York, obviously, LA, obviously, Miami, and Atlanta. And Atlanta was where we could afford. So we hopped in a car, packed all our stuff up, and brought it down to Atlanta, and I opened up my studio there. Pretty immediately, I started to get customers and clients, that came and recorded. I promoted myself, handed out business cards at the strip club, and I stumbled into a club called Body Tap by accident.
I'm at the Body Tap. The Body Tap was like just open, so it was like May. That's when ballin'. Out of 1,000 people in this club, I see this one white guy comes out of nowhere. Right? He got his glasses on, his little goatee, and he's not stopping for shit. You know the first place he come to? He stopped right there in the middle and located the DJ booth. I watched this shit. Time he walked through the door, I seen it, because I'm like, what the fuck is, either he the police or he really, fucking with his music. So him and Mo, they came right up the fucking DJ booth, and he sat there. He was like, hey man, my name is Urbalist and stuff. DJ X Ready, very respectful. What's your name? Yeah, listen to him. I said, I listen to it. And I sat that shit down, and I ain't listened to it.
I started to go to Body Tap every Wednesday and every Saturday for about a year. Every time I would go there, I'd go right up to the DJ booth, give him CDs, give him records.
The third time he came, I was like, God damn it. He didn't have to come in, he didn't come in there. God damn it, here. What the fuck is going on? Coming up the steps, I like, I gotta get this fucking song on. I'm gonna surprise his ass. And I stuck that shit in, and then by the time he came to the door, he had the blunt lit, the Patron, and some Coronas, and the shit came on. He was right. He came in, his biggest smile is like, oh yeah, that's what's up, what's up. And it was bumping.
I started working for him just in the studio as a recording engineer, for artists he would have come in to do drops or freestyles for his mixtapes. We continued to grind and really made a lot of good connections, and up until the cancer, things were going pretty well.
Hey, yo, I can't let the cancer take me down. Now ask why? Well, that's why. I said I can't let the cancer take me down. Now ask why? Well, that's why. Yo,